Hello everyone, welcome back to another day in the 100 days graphic design challenge. So for today's design, I'm going to be using this 1024 by 1024 pixels. I'm just going to click create. Okay, so this is what I have. I'm just going to fit screen like this. Next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my background. Okay, first of all, let me just bring in these two guys. Since I'm already here, I'll just drag this into Photoshop like this. I'm going to hit enter, and I'll close up the eyes. Okay, so I'll just get my background very quickly. Okay, so I have my background here. I'm going to drag this until it fits my canvas size. I'm just going to hit enter. This is what I have. I'm just going to open up this guy. Okay, I'll just take this up and I'll adjust it. I'll just place it at the front. Let's do that quickly. At the top part. Okay, so this is it here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Okay, before I start adding my text, I'm just going to do my infographics. I'll do that very quickly. I'll bring in my guidelines. Okay, this way. Okay, this way I'll just make sure the space in between here and here, that's the same thing. And first of all, I'll draw my rectangle. Okay, so I have something like this. Next thing I'm going to do is to give it a round edge. Let's say 15. Okay, enter. Now I have this. I'm just going to change this guy to white so that I can see what I am doing. Okay, now I'm going to click on this. I'll right click and I'll click polygon tool, and then I'm just going to draw something like this. Okay, and this is what I have. I'm just going to rotate that. I'll Ctrl T, and then I'll change this to 180. Okay, no, 90. Okay, that's fine. I'll hit enter, and then I'll bring this here. Okay, now I think that's too much. I'm just going to hold my shift key, reduce that, hold my shift key, reduce this top part. Now I have something like this. I'll make sure it's placed at the center. Let me see that. I'll hit enter. Okay, I'll just do that a bit. And before I merge these two shapes, I'm just going to click on them, and then I'm going to use my alt key and I'll drag. Okay, and I'll bring this one down. I want to create another shape with it. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this down here. I'll hit enter. I'll take this small so that it becomes small at the center very well. Okay, so I have something like this. I'm just going to click on this. I'm just going to merge these two shapes. So I head over to layers, and then I head over to combine shapes, and I'm going to say unite shapes. Okay, now this shape, you can see that it is now one shape. Next thing I'm going to do, I'll click on this. I'll take it up like this. This is my background. I'll head over to filter, and I'm going to give it a blur effect, a Gaussian blur. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at this. I'll hit enter. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll right click and I'll clip it to this particular rectangle. If you look closely, you can see that blur kind of effect on it. Okay, I'm just going to click on this polygon FX. I'm going to use drop shadow on it. Okay, so I'll just open that up. You can see my settings, the distance, the angle, the spread, the size, and all of that. And the next thing I'm going to add is this bevel and emboss. Okay, so I'm just going to shift this so you can see that. See inner bevel, I'm using inner bevel for style. Then for this, I'm using smooth. Depth is at 199. Let me increase the depth so you can see what that does. Okay, you can see that. So I'm just going to leave it at 199, and you can see the size is at 5. Now this is at up, this is down, this is up. Okay, so you can see the soften, the angle. Now this particular place, if I click on it, you're going to see effect, just be looking beneath here, looking on like on this particular side of this shape. You're going to be seeing the effects and all of that. Okay, this is it. If I change the color to something else, let's see, so you can see that effect there. So I'm just going to click cancel. Now I'll leave it at this color. Same thing with this one. You can see the color. If I increase that, I'm just be looking at this upside. So this one takes care of the upside of the color like this way. Now that's because my angle is at this side. If I just change this angle to another side, you can see that. If I change it to this place, you can see that. I'm just going to leave it at 140. Okay, so I'll just leave it at this angle. You can also click on this to see what that does. So that's all for that. This is the opacity, this is the opacity for this one, this is the shadow mode, this is the highlight mode, and all of that. For that, I added drop shadow and I added bevel and emboss. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, back to this shape, I kept it because I wanted to use it. I'm just going to Ctrl T, and then I'm going to move this. I'll take it to 180. Okay, I'll hit enter. You can see that there. I'm just going to hold my shift key and I'll take this inside. I'll make sure that is at the center like this. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to click on that. I'll click on this and then click on this. I'll head over to layers and then I'm going to click combine shapes. I'll subtract the shape from that. So this is what I have here. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this. I'll click on this particular image and I'm going to duplicate this like this. Okay, now look at what I'm duplicating, the one that has the blur. I just duplicated that. So I'll just click on this and I'll right click and I'll create clipping mask. I'm going to, you can see that I just clipped it to this particular shape. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll click on this polygon and copy. I'm going to add drop shadow and I'm going to add bevel and emboss on it. Okay, so that is that and this is that. Now that's what we have for that guy. I'm just going to hit enter. You can see that everything is the same with the other first one. So I'll just hit OK. I have something like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to just duplicate. So I'm going to do that very quickly. I'm going to duplicate these two guys to the other side. So I'm just going to do that quickly. Now notice that I'm just duplicating this. I'm not duplicating the background with it. Okay, so I'll move this to this other side and I'm going to flip it. I'll right click, I'll flip horizontal. Okay, so that it will flip to the other side. So I'm just going to have it there. Okay, I'll take this down. I'm going to take this to be down here, not up there. So I have something like this. Now I want to bring these guys together. I'll hit enter first of all. I'll click on this. So I'll click on this one and then okay. So I'm just going to Ctrl G this guy and then I'll look for this one as well. Ctrl G. Now I'm going to look for this particular background. Okay, then I'll duplicate it again like this. I'm going to close this guy so that it does not confuse, and then I'm just going to clip it to the third guy. This is it here. Now as you can see, the other guys have been applied on it, the bevel and emboss. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this, shift this, Ctrl G. So I'll group that so that I don't get confused. Now I'm going to duplicate this particular guy. Okay, so I'll do that very quickly. I think that's group 2. I have that polygon there. Okay, no, it's not it. I think that's group 1. Let me see. Okay, it's group 1. So I'll just duplicate this. I'll take it up. So I'm just going to fit screen. Let's see, did that duplicate? Okay, so I'll do that again. I'll take this up. Okay, I have something like this. I'm just going to bring it to this other guy. Then I'm going to click on this and I'll right click and I'll flip to the other side. So I have something like this. I'll just take it at the edge first of all. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate another background. I'll right click, I'll clip this to this. So I have 4 of that. So I'm just going to select all these polygon tools, okay, merged ones. I'm going to increase it. Okay, so I'll just Ctrl T and I'll increase this a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to hit enter. The next thing I'm going to do is to just bring them inside my, so that they don't cross this place. So I'll do that very quickly. Okay, so that's it. I think we are done with the main guys. Okay, so I'll just take this out. I'll take this out. So I have this and I have this. And the next thing I'm going to do is to add my text. I'm just going to say something here. So I'll just bring this here and then I'm going to adjust that. Okay, enter. I'll double click. I'll change this guy to medium. I'm using Poppins font. Okay, and I'm going to change this. Let's see. Okay, is that good? Now I'm just going to bring it close to each other. See that? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's too much. I'll just take it. I think this is okay. Okay, so I'll just place this here. Then I'll bring in a rectangle. I'll draw it here. Okay, so I'm just going to change this color to white and I'm going to adjust that. Okay, so I have something like this. So I'm just going to select this. This is my logo, and then I'll select my text, and then I'll select that small rectangle I just drew. So I'm just going to take it this way, make sure that it's aligned. Okay, I'll just bring that to the center. Now I can see this guy is not showing, so I'll just click on it. I'll close the eyes and I'll open the eyes. Okay, so that's showing now. So I have this. I'm just going to say as it offers. I'll hold my alt, I'll drag, and I'll say as it offers. Now this is a typical example of infographics. This is where applied infographics. Okay, so I'll hit enter and I'll change this. I'll change it to regular. I'll also draw a slight rectangle needs that. Okay, triangle rather. So I'll flip that first of all. I'll change it to white, then I'll flip it, Ctrl T, $90, 180. Okay, so I have that there. Now I'm just going to put in my text here. Okay, so I'm done adding my text. Next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my social media icons. So I'll just drag them into Photoshop. I'm just going to reduce the size, hit enter, and I'll arrange them. Okay. Okay, this is my rectangle. I just drew a rectangle here. I'm just going to remove the fill. Okay, I'll take the fill to 0, and then I'm going to add the same thing I added. I'm just going to leave it this way, and I'll hit enter. Now I'm going to just take this to 10. Okay, hope that's not too much. I think that's too much. I'm going to take it again. I'll reduce it to maybe 5. Let's see that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it this way, and then I'm just going to hold my shift and I'll drag this. Then I'll drag this other side as well, so we now have something like this. Let me see that. Okay, so I'll just arrange that. So I have all these arranged. I'll just hold shift this. I'll just make it to be at the center of that. I'm going to click on this rectangle. I'm going to give it an outer glow. Where is it? Okay, this is it. Sorry, an inner glow rather. I'll close this up. Okay, so I just gave it an inner glow. You can see the color here and all of that. I'm just going to hit enter. So that's all we have for this design. Okay, so with that we have come to the end of this design. I'm just going to see you in our next video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.